The concept of pre-service teacher education is generally associated with school teaching. This is mainly because of the central and leading role of the school teacher in the academic, personal, and psychological development of the school student. And this is also mainly because of the leading role that the school teacher plays in terms of the curriculum development and in terms of curriculum implementation. But do we also need to have pre-service teacher education for university teachers? This is or college teachers or teachers who teach adult learners. These are the questions that we will respond to in this brief presentation. So, what is pre-service teacher education for university teachers? Why do we need to have pre-service teacher education for university teachers? And what are the general patterns, or what is the general way in which we can have pre-service or structure pre-service teacher education for university teachers? These are the questions that we will respond to briefly. First, the what of it, or what is pre-service teacher education for university teachers? So generally, when it comes to the process of teaching, there are these two main concepts, the concept of pedagogy and the concept of andragogy. Pedagogy actually is the science or philosophy of teaching younger children or young people. And so pedagogy actually deals with the what, why, and how of the teaching process at the school level where younger children study. Andragogy, on the other hand, is the concept that deals with the teaching of adults, or the science of teaching adults, or the what, why, and how of teaching adults. And so that is why andragogy is a concept that is related to the teaching process at the university level. So we can also say that andragogy is actually the science of teaching adults, or how to teach adults, and so in this case how to teach senior college or university students. Now, why is it important for university teachers to have pre-service teacher education, which actually means that they need to have some knowledge and understanding of the process of teaching adults before they are recruited and before they begin the process of teaching at the university level. So university teachers generally are teachers who have a good academic qualification in the field, and they are generally very well versed in the contents or the subject that they are supposed to teach. But generally, they don't have specialized knowledge in the teaching of the particular subjects in which they have specialized academically. And so that is why it is important that before they get into the class and start teaching what they are supposed to teach, they need to know about the science of teaching adults, and so andragogy. So that is why university teachers need to have the skills and need to have the knowledge and understanding of teaching adults. Secondly, because university teachers need to deal with university students, and university students are adult students, they have different needs in comparison to school students, mainly because of their experiences, because of their age. So they already have some knowledge they already have developed certain habits of learning, certain habits of dealing with their teachers and with their peers at the school and at the college level. And as a result, university students are a different set of individuals as compared to to school students. And so that's why it is important that university teachers need to know how to teach that particular age group of students who are adults and who have previous backgrounds and experiences, and so they need to know how to deal with them psychologically, how to deal with them in social contexts, and how to deal with them in academic context. And so university education needs, again, the needs of the university education process are different than the kind of needs that students have or the process of education has at the lower level, such as at the school or junior college level. And that is why, again, it is the specialized field where teachers need to have specialized knowledge of the andragogy, or the teaching of their subjects at the university or the higher education level. The next thing, because of which university teachers need to have pre-service teacher education before they embark on the process of formal teaching at the higher education level or the university level, is that this pre-service teacher education generally will bring in more professionalism in terms of their attitude and skills that are required for that they need as university academics. So when they get through the pre-service teacher education programs, what happens is that it brings in more professionalism in their approach and in their practice in coming up with the kind of teaching learning techniques and teaching learning processes that are actually needed at the university level. And some research that has been conducted on the teachers who are professionally trained at the university level. It shows that university teachers who have some previous service teacher education or training are generally more effective in comparison to those who have not gone through such training. So they are more effective as teachers, and this has a positive impact on the academic achievement of their students at the university level. Now, the how of it. This is a difficult question, because generally in schools it is generally required, and it is in many cases, in most contexts, it is compulsory that school teachers need to go through some compulsory pre-service teacher education before they get into the class. But in many cases in universities and in higher education colleges, this is not a requirement. But maybe we cannot have a very formal long-term structured programs for pre-service teacher education of the university teachers. But still, there are certain examples of certificate programs in teaching of higher education at the higher education level. So what we can do is there could be certificate programs of initial or pre-service teacher education programs that could range from some months of very focused programs that are aimed at developing the pedagogical skills of the university teachers, to perhaps 1 year of the pre-service teacher education certificates. There could also be diplomas of shorter durations, and there could be short courses, and there could also be workshops that could could be initiated towards at the beginning of the pre-service teachers, university teachers. So, in terms of the how of the pre-service teacher education for university teachers, I think there should be some flexibility, so that, because the main aim is to equip the junior or beginning university teachers with the requisite and essential skills of the philosophy of teaching and the practicalities of teaching, of the teaching learning process, so that besides the academic knowledge that beginning academics or university teachers have, they also need to have some adequate level of knowledge and skill in the teaching of the particular subjects that they are dealing with. And so that will ultimately make them more professional, more effective as teachers, and so that will make the educational process at the university level more effective.